Blog Talk Radio.
Are you ready? The champ is here! It's just a man! Give me a hell yeah! What the rock is cooking? To be the man, you have to be the man! Big Papa Pump! If you hook up!
Fallen!
Holla! At the end of Woo, woo, woo! Cup of coffee in the big tank.
You know, how we haven't gotten fucking sued or a cease and desist for that intro will forever remain one of life's greatest fucking mysteries, let me tell you.
Somebody must be talking to the big man.
Yeah, exactly. Folks, we're back. We're here. And it's the special Payback post-show. And man, let me tell you, heck of a PLE. We're
Absolutely.
Gonna get into it as soon as we can. But the biggest news in pro wrestling right now, obviously, CM Punk gets released from AEW. I mean, this has set the wrestling world ablaze. All right. And after Tony Khan released a statement earlier today on Twitter stating that he had released CM Punk, Phil Brooks from AEW, he came out on Collision earlier tonight to open the show. And he did say why it was that, you know, he released him. And, well, he said that he feared for his life and he feared for the safety of other people.
Really?
Yeah.
I
If
thought
you
were
can
fucking
digest
around.
that.
I
If
really
you
thought you were
can
fucking around, dude.
No, dude, it's a shoot. It is a shoot, okay?
Yep.
Tony Khan feared for his life, not only for himself and his cocaine, but he also feared for the life of his talent backstage, if you can wrap your head around that one. And before we go any further, I want to be able to introduce the panel here. We got Dee Rotten over here. Dee Rotten from the Dungeon Podcast. I would say that he is the general manager of Famcast Media. If I had to give you a role, you are the general manager of Famcast Media.
The wise man.
The other man that we have here, this is like the Puerto Rican mega powers combining right here. Are you
There
ready
you go.
for the handshake, brother?
Yeah, cup of coffee in the morning.
Ooh, you better get that handshake, brother. We got Hollywood Hulk Patrick, and we got the Macho Man himself, Macho Rodriguez. This is the meeting of the minds right here. We got him back one night only. The man himself from the Must Love Wrestling podcast, which is also part here of Famcast Media, joining myself, the star of the show on Working the Marks. And obviously somebody else isn't here, but what else is new? It's Saturday night, so what are you doing? You know, what else can you expect? He's probably out on the town looking for Miss Right or Miss Right now, whichever one it might be.
Yes.
But we'll be seeing him hopefully again this Wednesday.
Looking for Trump's toupee, man.
Oh, you terrible. You terrible. But we are back here with you to bring you a special Payback post show.
Special? Your little Latino
Special.
coming out of you. Your LWO's coming out.
It's special.
So yeah, man. All in all, man, I thought it was a pretty decent show. But we're gonna take it straight from the top. We're gonna start up with the first match, and that was the man Becky Lynch taking on Trish Stratus. Thank you, Trish, by the way.
Absolutely.
Not just for your wrestling, not just for your contributions to wrestling, but for gracing our screens with your timeless beauty. And this was inside of the confines of a steel cage.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, this was a heck of a banger to start off the show with. Mach, I want to hear your thoughts on this opener tonight.
Well, as I stated before we went live, Trish Stratus has received an insane amount of hate recently, especially for I guess her slowness, her not being her keeping her feet to the ground, making sure she's not giving it all out. You know what I mean? She wants to make sure that she lasts, that she's able to do this with past Becky Lynch.
She wasn't.
I think she heard all the Twitter marks out there complaining because she decided, you know what, I'm going to remind you that I'm the best of my generation, and I'm going to go up here with the best of this generation, and I'm going to kill it. So I love that, Magnolia.
This is Punk backstage at Raw.
Oh, got it. But no, real shoot here. I thought Trish and Becky was phenomenal.
Wait, hold on a second. Time out.
Yeah,
Time out here real quick. Time out here.
Yep.
Shit. We were talking about the Punk thing.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that first before we delve into this match. We will put a pin in this sucker. But CM Punk got released. Mach, what are your thoughts on CM Punk getting released?
I think Tony Khan's an idiot. I think he cannot, Tony cannot run his business.
Tony Khan, or do you mean the Snowman?
Yeah, the Snowman. I honestly, and maybe this is just from my years of experience of watching this great sport, but how do you not take this heat and turn it into an angle? Like, just sit him and Jack Perry down, do whatever you can. Then you have Jack Perry beat CM Punk, and you're the reason why. Now you start this whole boss versus CM Punk angle. You could tell Tony Khan wants to be on television. That's what he wants to do.
Done, bro. That's what a real boss would have done.
You have to be able to put, like, there's no way. Even Eric Bischoff, who's had, like, arguments and stuff, like, he's not Raven in WCW. This is, like, CM fucking Punk. This is, like, the guy. Your entire Saturday show, the amount of Chicago shows you have, you need him on television. I really don't know how they do this. I've seen some people already say, like, oh, they survived before CM Punk, they'll survive after. That's not true.
They will, because they're still a fucking low-grade, second-rate company.
Yeah, exactly. And what are they going to do? I mean, honestly, they have a brilliant star right now on hand, but they refuse to book him in singles matches, and that's Swerve.
Well, they got Rodman coming in for Punk. He's tagging.
I mean, he was there tonight, but it doesn't matter because they quite possibly made a mistake. We don't know the details, but obviously we know Bryan Danielson has returned tonight. So, breaking news to the people that didn't know. So, we don't know if he's coming back early. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, he's wrestling Ricky Starks tomorrow night.
Mach, I got to say, though, I do notice a trend here with Tony Khan.
Let's
he has these backstage problems, right? Mm-hmm. All this stuff that really captivates. Look at me again, bro. Mad LWO tonight captivates the wrestling world, and instead of monetizing this, instead of basically, saying, "Hey guys, we're gonna put on our big boy pants. We're gonna put our kindergarten bullshit aside, our egos on hold. Let's go out there. Let's get the wrestling world's attention. Let's make money. Let's sell merch, and let's make the most of what we have here. This real animosity that we could use, that people will fucking buy."
Yeah.
Okay. And this seems to be a problem with Tony Khan. And once again, this problem has reared its ugly head. D, what did you make of the news when you heard it?
Bro, I shit my fucking pants.
Whoa.
I want CM Punk to come back so bad, as much as I want Head to come back to Korn.
Wow.
And now it's coming, bro. I'm telling you right now, all these people out there saying he's not coming. He's going to fucking be back there before WrestleMania, and he's going to fucking look Cody Rhodes right in the fucking eyes after he wins that title and goes, "I'm next."
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I hope you're right. I think that'd be fucking great if he wins that title at Philly. Oh my God.
Yeah. That would be something. Can I hit you with a little song real quick? Look in my eyes, what do you see? CM Punk back in the E.
I love it.
That's what I see. That's what I see.
That should be the new fucking theme song of the show.
Clobbering time, Pat. It's clobbering time.
This is why I think it's going to happen. And we're just going to, because again, details are coming out, so we can't say too much. We don't really know too much. What if he has some sort of non-compete clause? We don't know. Is this an outright release? I think as the days progress, more and more of these details are going to come out, and I think we're going to be able to have a better understanding of what the situation is. But you look at WWE, right? Bruno, never come back. Warrior, never come back. Jesse Ventura, never come back. Bret the Hitman Hart, never come back. Austin wouldn't come back and wrestle one more match, right? Austin came back. Everybody that they said would never come back came back. And this is the last thing left, I think, for wrestling fans. The last what if. You know what I'm saying? And I think if WWE is smart, but if Triple H is watching this, you know damn well that he's thinking to himself, we can make some money off of this.
Absolutely.
We can bring some fans back. But I'm not gonna keep going down this rabbit hole any further. We got the Payback post-show, and if you want to catch more details on this Punk situation as they develop, you can obviously check out Must Love Wrestling, and you can check out Working the Marks, because we're going to be talking about it plenty.
Absolutely,
soon.
yeah.
But getting back in to the opening match between Trish and Becky, I'm going to tag you back in, Mach. you said that Trish is getting a lot of unnecessary heat, and I gotta agree with you, man, because ever since she's come back, she's been fantastic. And we obviously saw that, unfortunately, even though Lita is a little bit older, she didn't really have it in her to keep up her pace. Trish doesn't have to go and be Rey freaking Mysterio, okay? And even Rey Mysterio slowed down, and it's still fantastic. Trish has to continue to capitalize on that heat. She has to continue to capitalize on the fact that she's working with Becky Lynch. And they told a fantastic story, and it certainly is a match of the night contender. D, did you watch it by any chance or no?
To tell you the truth, man, this whole pay-per-view, I was feng shuiing my bedroom. Okay. Around Shinsuke Nakamura style. And nice. I just had it in the background, listening to it like a podcast. But I mean, I stopped, for a break here and there. I was, and I mean, I like steampunk Becky. Don't care about Becky 2 belts. Don't care about the man. I think I think you
you Trish like steampunk Becky. I love out of all the Beckys, Becky. You like steampunk Becky.
Love chunky steampunk Becky. That's my favorite fucking Becky.
I don't think she's ever been chunky, but
this has to be one of the weirdest wrestling takes I've ever heard. Honestly, honestly, it really is. It really is because look, big time backs. Okay,
absolutely
great. A man, great. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Whatever. Becky 2 belts, great.
Nah.
But steampunk Becky?
Steampunk Becky, bro.
He could have said leprechaun Becky. Could be worse.
That's true.
It just works, man. It just works. But I mean, I watch, here and there. Seen Zoe Starks come in a little bit, do a little thing. Wasn't really nothing to write home about, nothing to tell your mom about.
Nah, she's getting a massive rub though. She's working with the 2 biggest women on Raw right now, 2 of the 3 at least. This match I thought it was exceptional. Honestly, I thought the bumps in it, and it was just one of those things where you can see that if you go back, since Trish has come back and done these like specialty matches, she saves all of her stuff for the right people. Her SummerSlam match with Charlotte was a match of the year contender. And that's what this is going to be. That's what she did. She saves it for when she needs it. Everybody thinks that you have to give your all for everything that doesn't service the story. This pay-per-view serviced the story, or PLE serviced the story. Now, we quite possibly have Trish versus Zoe. So let's move on. She goes out on her back. It makes sense.
No. Great stuff. And a great observation, I got to say, man, because, I think a lot of the old school wrestlers, you look at a lot of the greats, they really, really paced themselves. Mm-hmm. They didn't really do unnecessary stuff on Raw in the middle of, whatever month.
Like a cage match, dude. There's no slamming and jamming,
Well, but
they were slamming the shit out of each other.
Yeah, dude, there was a lot of high spots in that match. I thought that match, the physicality was fantastic from both women, especially, and again, Trish, man, give the woman her flowers, folks, because the fact that she's going in there, she's doing what she's doing at her age. I mean,
man, she took a vert off the top of the cage.
Yeah, man. She's. I think that she deserves her praise, and I think anybody who's out there and is criticizing her, you're a dork and a mark, and everybody knows it. But
it's the people I like to say it this way. Everybody that criticizes wrestling, I bet you they've never had a bruise under their armpit from running the ropes.
Nah, they watch it, bro, in the fucking back of their closet.
Yeah. They're just like Bobo the Clown. What's his name? Also known as Dave Meltzer. That's just us.
Hey, Meltzer's the man, dude.
For who?
I can't keep a straight face, dude.
Meltzer fears Macho.
He's the worst of the worst. The worst thing that's happened to the wrestling business in the past 50 years is Dave Meltzer.
No. Back when I was watching it, dude, in the old school days, he was on point with the mags and shit.
I gotta agree with D here. It hasn't all been bad. It hasn't, man, because back in the day, which you can check out on a very short-lived show called Putting It Over with Pat, yours truly interviewed Just Incredible.
Yep, PJ
Polacco and Just Incredible, or PJ Polacco, detailed that Dave Meltzer was a big resource for the boys and the girls back in the day who were trying to get work domestically and internationally. So, he has been a resource. He was a great historian for wrestling. I just think that he hitched his wagon to AEW, and for better or worse, he's not an objective journalist when it comes to AEW and particularly WWE. I think he's really unfair with a lot of his match ratings. And look, the match ratings, I don't think were such a problem back in the day, but I think they're more under the microscope now, given the fact that he says a lot of ridiculous shit. But needless to say, I don't think it's all been bad for Dave Meltzer, and I do give him his respect. But nowadays, not the same, man. Really disappointing. Hashtag Meltzer fears Macho. We're going to try and get that one trending.
Word up.
Yeah. Listen here, Meltzer. You star rate this Trish Stratus Becky Lynch match. I'm giving it 4.5 empanadas. That's what I'm giving it.
Nice. We need to do an empanada rating system on here.
Yeah,
man.
let's do it. Get
The
a
half
little
empanada. It's cut
the
in half.
half empanada. That's what I like to say. Me and Arthur will watch a show. We watched All In. He said, "What was your rating for Will Ospreay versus Jericho?" I said, 1 empanada and a bite of another one.
Well, whenever we have this summit, this is going to be the match rating system. But I got to say, this match, it got 4.5 empanadas.
Yeah.
Hell of a matchup. Loved everything that happened. The right woman won. Trish and Zoe, fantastic stuff. She made Zoe, with a lot of the stuff working with her. Everything that she was doing. The match that they had on Monday, Zoe and Becky, I thought was fantastic. Hey, man, I'm not going to say that it's a controversial opinion, but it kind of is a controversial opinion. For me, the all-time female GOAT is Becky Lynch, man. I got to say it, man. Everything that she does makes sense. Her promos, and she's the first freaking woman to main event WrestleMania. Part of 3 women, but all of it was sold on the back of the man. Her push, Becky Lynch, she's the best. Trish Stratus was the Becky Lynch of her time. And I think that this was such a great matchup, and I'm glad to see that the feud is over. To some people, it might have dragged. I really enjoyed the heck out of it, man. And
it had to. After they didn't get a SummerSlam match, they had to draw it out. They had to give these women ample time. You couldn't finish it on the next Raw. It would not have been good for them. They would have caught massive heat.
People complained about that. Everybody's like, "Oh, they didn't get a SummerSlam match."
Yeah, but now go check it on fucking Twitter or X or whatever you want. Now all of a sudden, everybody's a big fan of the match. Everybody's a fucking prisoner of the moment. Yeah.
But anyways, moving along on the rest of this card, we had John Cena come on out to a big pop. It's crazy how the John Cena sucks chance kind of disappeared. Although I think
bro.
I think if he comes back to New York, though, it'll come back.
Oh yeah, because it's a part of it. It's like the "you suck" chance for Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
which I will be watching as soon as I shut this off. That Kurt Angle special.
You suck.
Yeah, me too. Going to be checking that out too. But Cena came out, got a great pop, and announced that he would be the special guest referee for the Miz LA Knight match, which proceeded for the Miz to come out. The Miz came out with some Cleveland Brown gears in Pittsburgh, and obviously that didn't go over well. That went over like a fart in church.
No, with Corey Graves.
And the Miz then ended up calling out LA Knight. LA Knight comes out. They have a great matchup. John Cena. Well, not a great matchup, but I'll get to that in a minute. But John Cena gets a referee shirt, puts it on, and the match begins. Mach, what did you think of this one, man?
I thought it was smart for them to give LA Knight extended time. I felt like this was a 20-minute match.
Yeah.
I thought it was extended time for him. I thought I noticed something about the style of his character.
Yeah.
So this is what I think is missing from him. I don't think he knows how to work like a babyface. Yeah. So his character, his entire career has been, what'd you say, Pat? He's like a tweener.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a tweener or a heel, right? Was that you that told me that during the show? Or was it somebody else?
I don't know. But
well,
you know what? I'll take credit for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's worked as that character. I don't think he's translated that character to his in-ring work, and he's still working
he's been
like
NWA, TNA, doing the same thing.
Yeah, he hasn't transitioned his work. He has not picked up the WWE style, and he hasn't been able to move it over to just be a full-blown babyface. Like, I can't imagine how that works, how anybody in the back, the producer, Jason Jordan, or whoever came up with this match, I doubt this is Jason Jordan, just saying that, that decided to give him that much offense. Babyfaces don't get this much offense. This is my point. He acts like he's a heel, a tweener, and it doesn't work for me. He needs to fix his in-ring shit.
Mach, I personally think that he hasn't had a good to great match.
Patrick, you need to put the echo cancellation on.
What's that?
The echo cancellation on in the settings.
Shit. Fuck beans.
I don't fuck beans, dude.
It's like the snowman.
You never been with a Puerto Rican?
Oh,
that's what you call beans? I would call them Mexican beans, bro. Puerto Ricans is fucking what's that, sofrito?
Look, it's back on.
Oh no, sofrito was the added ingredient to the for the 5 empanada match
Yes,
at the
sir.
end of the night.
All right, fantastic. So
Yeah.
here's my thing with LA Knight. Okay, the guy's over. He is. He's certainly over, but he hasn't had a good to great match. And for me, in this match, I think like they tried everything to kind of get to that point. And to your point, to some extent, he doesn't really work as a babyface very well. And they wanted to give him the John Cena rub, which the John Cena rub, that means they
That's a
want you to
good
be a
rub.
fucking babyface. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Good rub.
The match was decent with The Miz. I think they did a lot of basic stuff. I think that LA Knight tries to do too many things that require too much movement and too much shit going on. Like one example was like that swinging DDT when Miz went for his spot where he goes to the
Alexa
clothesline in the
Bliss's
rope.
DDT that she makes look amazing because of her size.
Yeah.
And this guy's like he's twice her size, and it looked awful.
Well, it's not so much the move itself, but I think it's the spot that they chose for it. I'm also not a huge fan of his finish. I feel like he hits at the same time every time. Some guy's selling with their back turn. He grabs the arm, turns him around, and then he hits the thing. That move to me, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. But I got
You don't like so if he came up with a different setup, would you like the finisher better?
It depends. I don't know, man. Like I just feel like it's the same thing every single match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And look, you got to give the guy his credit. He's over with the crowd. He has great crowd interaction skills. He
Number 2
understands.
in t-shirt sales.
He understands how to get people involved. And you don't become number 2 in t-shirt sales for not being able to get the fans.
Oh, so he's not number 1 anymore.
No.
Yeah. So
Who's number 1 now?
I don't know. I know he's number 2.
It's probably Roman. All right, let's move on.
Well, look, I would say that he's still a little bit sloppy. Okay. It wasn't
I
as
agree.
fluid of a match as it could be. He gets to the point where he has to get to, but I don't know if you can count on him to be like a long-term champion. Look, Steve Austin in his peak didn't really do anything too complicated, but everything that he did was good enough to get you where you needed to get to and simple enough to get you where you needed to get to. I think if he cuts it out with that, and I think if he kind of starts to be a little more original, I think that he'd be in a better spot, and I could see him being a world title contender. Okay.
I also think the Miz has just been eating him up on promos, man. Like I think this was the more this feud goes on, the I feel like they think of LA Knight as a shark, right? And they put him out there with an orca whale.
He's number 4.
He's number 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roman's number 1.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Fake
But,
news, yeah. So yeah, and then so I feel like they think he's a shark. Like, oh, let's put him out there with other predators, but they put him out there with the Miz. That's possibly an orca on the mic. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, we're just gonna. Why are you laughing?
He's like an orca on the mic.
Yeah, I mean he just tortures people. That's what he does. Every time he cuts a promo against someone, he's gonna go for your worst quality. And that's what he's doing with LA Knight. He did it with Enzo. He does it with Bryan Danielson. He does it with get out of here.
John Cena and fucking
Sorry.
and
Simba decided to make an appearance. Get out of here. Getting on the fucking table. Almost knocked my drink over.
Yeah, I'm
I
with
don't
you
know.
on that. I think Miz is fantastic on the mic, and I think that, between the promo that he cut, the coming out dressed like him, actually playing a better version of him than he did.
I agree with you.
He was just great. I mean, everything that he said to him, you're an Attitude Era fanboy. I mean, like, that's pretty much the perception of the guy.
But dude,
That is the
how
perception
many of these dress up things have we had in pro wrestling, and we've never thought that they've been detrimental to the superstar? Jason Sensation with Owen Hart. You've seen Randy Orton and Edge do it with DX. You've seen DX do it with Shane and Vince. It's
NWO
never
kinda killed the 4 Horsemen.
Yeah, that's my spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're we've never seen it where it's hurt a wrestler. I really feel like that promo on Monday is going to come back to haunt LA Knight because everything the Miz said in there is turning out to be true. This guy isn't like he doesn't have that other gear. It's
right.
I don't understand where he came from. I thought he was always going to be a mid-carder, but it looks like they want to make him a main eventer. I don't really see it.
I think that they're trying to do something interesting with him, and I think they're trying to figure out what that is. And I will still stick to my verdict on LA Knight. which is I see it, but I don't see it yet.
Mhm.
And
Kind of like Roman.
No, Roman, come on, man.
You didn't
Roman,
see it in the beginning. It was like, oh, Roman,
no,
fucking idiot.
look, early on,
Sucker and
before the march
succotage.
turned on him, before Punk came out with the podcast where he shit on him.
Yep,
and all the
that
other
was
shit
it.
on him,
That
was
fucking
the move.
podcast. Yep.
And that would be good money for a Punk Roman feud too, by the way.
Ooh.
But
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I said that to Dee before we turned on.
But I will say that Roman, you always saw the potential when he was over organically when the Shield started, and he would come out and he looked cool and he would do the cool moves and all this stuff. Man, everybody was into Roman Reigns. You think back to that Royal Rumble that he was in, where I think it was Batista ended up winning it. Dude,
Yep.
they should have called an audible and had him win that. It would have been amazing. It would have been.
I've
amazing.
always. What do you think about that? Not to sideswipe you right here, but
Mhm.
what do you think about them turning the Rumble into like an audible, like allow an audible, like, hey, the crowd is really going for this guy? Because it's obvious that the whoever wins the Royal Rumble isn't necessarily going to win the world title.
Right.
Like that's kind of it. It's like the Money in the Bank. They're not obviously going to win anymore. Unless you're a female that wins Money in the Bank, that's 100%.
Well,
like, you know,
you also have TV too, where you could turn it. So, like for example, if Roman would have won it there, the crowd was hot for him, and then you have him come out. He's the Royal Rumble winner, and then Batista comes out, and Batista cuts a promo, and he's like, "I want it. It's my spot. Give it to me." You know, the whole fucking thing again. And then you do a match where Batista beats him by cheating. He still looks strong. He's still a fan favorite. The fans are behind him organically, and now you put Batista in that spot where he needed to be. So, I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I think they could do something like that because you have plenty of television to be able to direct it however you want to direct it.
Absolutely.
And more importantly, the emotional investment with the crowd. But getting back to this match, at the end, you know, they had a little spot there where LA Knight and Cena almost ran into each other. And at the end of the match, John Cena is there on the stage with LA Knight about to, you know, shake his hand, and LA Knight didn't want it. And they kind of teased a little John Cena LA Knight match potentially in the future, which wouldn't be the worst thing, I think. And I think a spot like that for LA Knight is good. But again, let's see how it develops. Like I said, the guy's over with the fans. That's great. I don't want to see him be a flash in the pan like some other guys that we've seen, because there's been plenty of other guys that have been super over with the crowd and they never quite got there, and they never quite graduated to that next level. Could LA Knight be that guy? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
Time will only tell.
I think he's a poor man Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. that is an interesting. And you know what? To counter that, I will say that yes is better than yeah. So there you go.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Now, this is a 2 empanada match for me.
Yes.
I'm gonna go 3 empanadas on that because I'm feeling generous tonight. And I think that I'm gonna give it 3 because the match wasn't fantastic, wasn't amazing. Both guys did what they did. Miz, I think, really shined in this match. And I think that they accomplished what their goal was, which was to graduate LA Knight to some type of thing in the future, have him kind of have that little feud with John Cena, which, look, wouldn't be the worst thing if he had a match with John Cena somewhere down the line.
Yeah,
I mean, that's where you sink or swim, honestly. Cena says it all the time. Whenever he's interviewed, he says, everybody says, I have this mythical golden shovel. I put you up here. You're up here with me. It's your job to stay there. Some people just fall after. So,
yeah. So,
we'll see.
Certainly a cool match,
yeah.
you know. Certainly a cool match we could potentially see down the line. In the next bout, we had Rey Mysterio, the legend, defending his United States Championship against Austin Theory. I'll start first here, but I thought it was a decent match. I didn't think it was fantastic. I didn't think it was amazing. I did expect Theory to win. I did expect Theory
Me
to
too.
get the title
What did
back.
you think about the PWO shirts?
Money, bro. You got to make money, bro. Come on, man. It's like London World Order, Latino World Order, New World Order, every fucking World Order, bro. Fuck it. Make money.
Pittsburgh
and that's
World
what it's
Order?
about.
Is it Pittsburgh World Order or Puerto
Pittsburgh
Rican
World Order. That's what it's
No, it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah. They're gonna start doing those just like the way they do the 316 shirts for every
Commemorative
town. they're in.
shirts. I like it.
Yeah, there's Hershey 316 when they come here. They're Hershey.
Yeah.
So
I got New
Yeah.
York 316. So yeah. So it definitely happens.
I always
the
wanted a Brooklyn. I always wanted a Brooklyn Suplex City.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah. They did make those too for a little bit. The Brock Lesnar ones, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, Brock had the ones for like every town for a while there too. That's
The same
right.
colors from like the teams too. So the Brooklyn ones were
Yeah.
black and white like the Nets.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was a decent match, and obviously, we all know that Dominic Mysterio is a better representative of America than
Obviously.
Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
He's a better representative of North America. He represents all of North America, unlike Rey, who just represents the United States. And we obviously know that Dom would be a better father. But speaking of father, I'm going to switch it to another fellow father here. Mach, what did you think of this match?
I got to be honest with you. I think I'm fatigued with the amount of time that Rey Mysterio is in the ring right now.
Okay.
Like I appreciate what he's done for the business, and I in no way, shape, or form feel that he's like Chris Jericho, where I feel like his matches should be cut short. I just feel like I thought the purpose of him in the LWO was to prop up the other guys. And I noticed a couple of things about this, like the LWO has their entrance, and then he comes in after with his own theme song, and I'm like, why is that a thing?
It's a great,
you know what I mean?
A hot dogger.
Like it's almost like is it? Are they working the crowd? Are they like kind of like playing up what Dom's saying? Like this guy's a deadbeat. He cares about himself. Like is that a part of the character? But in terms of this match itself, I'd be happy if they don't really like. I don't want this to turn into Cena Randy Orton. Just like let's end it here. You know, let's let Rey Mysterio drop that title to Grayson Waller. You know.
Yeah. I'm look, get the first things first, like the entrance thing, right? They obviously do that because Rey is a legend. You know what I'm saying? And that's always going to get a big pop. Rey's a big merch seller. Rey Mysterio, this is a fact, has more figures made of him than any other wrestler in the history of the business. That's amazing, dude.
He's not bigger than Eddie Guerrero.
That guy. Wow, but still, Rey Mysterio is a legend, dude. Rey Mysterio was the first masked wrestler that really took Lucha Libre to that next level. You would not have a lot of other guys if it wasn't for Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio is a guy that, in my opinion, belongs in the GOAT conversation, like one of them at least, you know? He's certainly in that list, that top 10 of all-time greats. Rey Mysterio's up there. The guy has done it all. And obviously, you know, to your point, you would assume that if he's with this group, he's trying to elevate these guys.
Yeah.
But this could possibly be Rey's last run. We don't know. So maybe they're trying to send Rey out on a high note, give him a championship belt run, and at some point have him and Dominic clash to see who is the true champion of America.
I wonder if those championships get combined.
Nah.
You know what? You never say never. Never say never, man. We don't know what could happen. And at the rate that main roster talent is appearing in NXT, I would not be surprised. Not be surprised. So I kind of hope it's the end of this feud. I just get this feeling that Santos is gonna turn on him at some point.
Yeah,
right?
I'm so glad you said that. That's what there's something about Santos that just reminds me of Eddie. And I don't know what it is, and it's not the Mexican thing. It's his demeanor. It's the way he presents himself. It's like even when he cut that promo on Grayson Waller talking about how like Rey's his mentor and everything, I was like, yeah, you're fucking lying through your teeth right now. Like this is perfect. He's a talented wrestler. He's a great heel. He was good in NXT. Like let's see it. Let's see that turn. Let's see all of them turn on him and kick him out. It worked for Edge. It worked for Judgment Day.
He was never, ever an LWO member. He needs to be out. Gone.
Well, he was kind of made one by Eddie,
yeah, he was forced.
Yeah. But it wasn't organic. We're not talking about, El Dandy here. Like he was forced. So
yeah, he was forced. Yeah,
it was a different scenario. But yeah, I'm kind of
2.5 empanadas.
2.5 empanadas. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2.5 as well. And it's interesting though, because like it just seems like everybody turns on Rey at some point or another. And I was hoping Santos would be the one guy that didn't, but you're kind of getting to the point with this thing now where you're just like, why doesn't somebody just kick his ass?
Yeah. My favorite turn on Rey is the Batista one.
Oh yeah.
It's the absolute best.
Yeah. That was where I finally saw like Batista's greatness. You know, like that was where I was like, oh shit, okay, I get it now. I'm on board with this guy. You know what I mean?
It's funny. You know how people always ask, like, they always ask pro wrestlers, like, when did you know The Rock was going to be a star? Like, Kurt Angle talks about it all the time. Everybody always asks him, when did you know that Rock was going to be destined for more than wrestling? And he gives you, like, he just had this larger than life personality. I feel like whenever that question's asked about Batista, they're like, the Rey Mysterio turn.
Yeah.
Like, that was when we saw his acting chops, because that was awesome.
Yeah, definitely, man. But moving along on the card, we have the Pittsburgh Steel City Street Fight. Is that what it was billed as?
Loved it.
Pittsburgh
Loved
Steel
it.
City Street Fight for the the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens defend against Puerto Rico's own, New York City's own Damian Priest, and Ireland's own Finn Balor. Man, what
Ireland's
a freaking barn burner.
sixth best wrestler all time.
Was that
Finn
the
Balor.
Coastal Connection?
Yeah.
Dude,
The Island Boys, they're both islands, right? So
yeah, well, kind of, in a way, but this isn't a geography show. But
yeah.
man, what a fucking match! I'm gonna start off here,
Yeah.
man. Great fan service from Sami and Kevin, playing up to everything Pittsburgh. You had the terrible towel, Finn stomping on it, them putting on Penguins jerseys, coming out, getting into fights, throwing off their gloves, beating up Don. I mean, just great fan service from two guys that are still incredibly over. The big thing that really stood out for me in this match was blood.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens somehow in the midst of this match splits his head open and we get blood. And man, let me tell you, it kind of added to it. They obviously mopped it up. They cleaned it up because, they didn't want to have it there and all that stuff.
And shit, man.
Yeah, well, not only that, but it's because of the type of product that, WWE is. Whether that changes in the future under Endeavor when they fully become owners remains to be seen. But great spot from KO, man, hitting that senton, onto Ray, laid out on the table, man. He kind of ate that a little bit on his
You think he called the Jeff Hardy
lower back
him?
there.
This motherfucker doesn't know how to protect himself, I swear.
It was bad. No, but you know what? He was trying to protect Dom, and that's what was cool about it. And that's what you got to respect about
Future,
it.
bro, you gotta.
I thought the match had it all. For me,
Agreed, D.
match of the night, I'm gonna give it 4 and 3, not 4. You know what? I'm just gonna give it 5 empanadas because I'm
5
bad at
empanadas.
math.
I love it.
5 empanadas. For
I
me.
love
Mach,
it.
what did you think?
I agree with you. 5 empanadas. I mean, I personally like the Becky Trish match because the reason that I like the Becky Trish match, which I was going to ask you during that time, was I can't remember the last time I saw a cage match I actually enjoyed.
Yeah.
So that's why it stood out to me. That's why it's
Charlotte?
my. Okay, well, how long ago was that? That's my
I'm
point.
just saying, bro.
Well, that's what I mean. So the women put on better cage matches than the men. We should make that a note.
Mick
But
Foley, Undertaker.
that match was shit. Without that spot, that match is awful.
Yeah, the HBK one was better. The HBK
Absolutely.
one,
Bad Blood, no question. That's Undertaker's first best match he's ever had. That's his first good match he ever had in his career. But going back to this match, I loved it. I loved everything about it. I thought it was hilarious when they're clearly wearing Pittsburgh Penguins jerseys and you could see the fucking penguin on the front and Michael Cole's like, look at those Pittsburgh Steeler jerseys. Jesus, Jerry Lawler, calm down. And Corey Graves is like, geez, Cole, it's a penguin. I love everything about it. I thought the commentary was on point during this match. I love the finish. I love how the Judgment Day, we haven't seen this in a while with the Judgment Day where the numbers have been overwhelming and they have to win. Finn's been taking a lot of losses, and that is honestly one of the things that stuck out to me the most. The fact that Finn was the guy who got the win. It wasn't Damian, it was Finn Balor. He got the win now because for weeks they've been labeling him as the guy who can't get it done. So I thought it was a genuine. I love the acting by Rhea Ripley, tricking everybody, blowing up Twitter, making people think that she was injured. Yeah. That was beautiful. Man, she's got to be the best seller in the women's division. She's like a Brock Lesnar in terms of selling.
Yeah.
I think the 4 of them are brilliant. I think Kevin, Sami, Damian, and Finn. I thought this match was it was on point. I love it. All the callbacks, all the stuff that we saw, really good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I also what I really liked about the match too is that it kept Sami and Kevin really strong because obviously they lost due to the numbers game, so they didn't lose cleanly. Where that leaves JD McDonough in the equation, is he a part of the Judgment Day? Will somebody get kicked out? Remains to be seen. Rhea with that monster spear on KO through the wall. I mean, this match had everything, dude. This match had everything. Very well done, very well produced, action packed. The crowd loved it. It was match of the night. It was hard for the crowd to kind of get back into it after that one, though. But just all out great effort from everybody involved. Moving along, we had a special episode of the Grayson Waller Effect with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. During that segment, during that program, Cody Rhodes announced that the newest member of the Raw roster is main event Jey Uso. So Jey Uso is back on TV.
Part of he's Cody Rhodes' protege.
Yeah, no, man. You know what? I gotta say it's
like
interesting. It throws another interesting curve in there because the bloodline and Cody and all
gay.
that. So this I thought was kind of cool. Grayson Waller, man, talk about getting a rub, getting all these big spots, making the most of everything. I dug it. Mach, how'd you feel?
I agree. I love the back and forth between Cody and Grayson. I thought it was really good. What I really enjoyed was watching. Like, I was annoyed that Jay was back this early. I was like, come on, man. It's funny because you and I just had that phone conversation today about letting things breathe.
He's got to get paid, dog. He's got a family to feed.
He's getting paid. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, come on. It's a fucking work.
Yeah. So I just wanted it to breathe. I wanted people to starve for him. But I was happily wrong because, my God, his whole thing that, dude, I thought that was a SummerSlam one-time thing. No, man, he's ready for the big time.
Main event Jay.
Yeah. I think they're definitely gearing towards him and Jimmy at WrestleMania, which that's going to be awesome because that's a huge dream to the brothers who I happen to share a birthday with. And it was really, really nice to see those two, to see him in there. And it'll be really nice to see those two take on each other. And it's going to be cool because, somewhere down the line, they're going to reunite them again. So, I mean, like, they just have endless stories coming from all of this. Once again, just proving the fact that the bloodline is absolutely the best angle in the business, because even without Roman being there, the bloodline is still super over.
I got it for you, bro.
What's that?
Cody Rhodes is going to lose WrestleMania, bro. Jay's going to turn on him.
Nah.
Roman's going out of WrestleMania as a champion.
I think they've done this too long, and I think that Roman is eventually going to lose everybody, and it's just going to be Heyman and Roman, or maybe Solo.
Punk comes back, and Punk's a Heyman guy.
We don't know. A lot remains to be seen, but I still got to think that Cody Rhodes is going to be the guy that's going to dethrone Roman. WWE loves to have, and this was pointed out to me by a friend to the show, Mr. James Barricato, good friend of mine for many, many years.
Jimmy.
The WWE loves to have great moments at all of their 10 numbered shows. WrestleMania 10, Bret Hart wins the title. WrestleMania 20, Eddie Guerrero retains, and Chris Benoit and him have a wonderful moment in the ring.
Ooh.
WrestleMania 30, Bryan Danielson wins the title. You got to think WrestleMania 40, Cody finishes the story. Jesus Christ, what the fuck's wrong with me? I can't talk to
man.
But
your bloodline.
You got to think that's going to happen. So I'm thinking that's going to happen. And I just think that there's so many great things that have stemmed from the bloodline, different branches from that tree. This was just a really good segment, and I really dug it.
Wait, I got it, Pat. Hold on.
What's up?
Roman Reigns loses. Paul Heyman calls out Punk.
I don't know. You got to think Punk, if he is going to come back, is going to come back at Survivor Series, right? Because Survivor Series is in Chicago. Tony Khan disappointed the Chicago crowd. Triple H makes him happy.
Took all their signs, too.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too.
Wait,
and
what?
look, man, you hear the thing that I think about this,
He
too.
took all the CM Punk signs.
Yeah, they were all confiscated. They were all confiscated at the arena. AEW.
Yeah.
AEW. Yeah.
For Collision, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So, I mean,
why do you think Bryan came back?
Yeah, they had to do something to make the fans happy somehow.
Bryan ain't gonna make the fans happy in Chicago.
The fuck he's not. He's the greatest of all time.
Yeah. He's very well respected, bro. Very well loved. Those fans.
And Chirac.
Nah, man, they're a marked crowd. they're an indie crowd. This guy was arguably the king of the indies. Come on, man. Like,
that's
no.
why he's so over in AEW. That's
he and
why.
Punk are those guys that could do that for that crowd. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'd like to see him back in the WWE at some point and get out of the Pee Wee leagues. I think this is going to be a bad move for AEW in the long run. But again, more on that and on the weekly shows. Getting back to this PLE, we had Rhea Ripley defending I don't even know what the fucking title's called. Is it the Women's World Heavyweight Championship? The white belt?
The
What is it
WWE
called?
Women's Championship.
The WWE Women's Championship.
Women's World Title.
Women's World
Champion.
Title.
Yeah.
Okay. The Women's World. I just want to call it the fucking Raw title. But the
Yeah.
Women's World Title against Raquel Rodriguez. For me, I gotta say, I dug the China tribute with the gear for Rhea. I thought it was fantastic. Another Rhea match. She sold well. I thought it was okay. I think anybody with their head screwed on straight didn't think that Raquel was going to win that one.
Even the commentators didn't believe it. It was weird. I thought they did such a bad job of getting this match over.
Answer me this, bro. Why the hell's Raquel keep showing her fucking back, dude? It's fucking boring. There's nothing there to fucking. There's no definition. Stop with this.
Yes, there is.
Look at my back. It's like, dude, you suck. You suck.
I think she's great. Listen, I really enjoyed this. I actually thought, and maybe this is just me reading into it with all the fire stuff. I actually thought it was like a China versus Eddie type of thing, like with the gear, with the fire, with the heat. You know what I mean? I enjoyed the match. I loved
Eddie's name, saying he fucking is like Raquel Rodriguez.
Well, yeah,
but she's paying tribute. Come on, she's paying tribute.
But getting back to this, I dug the style in which they worked. You know, being like bigger. The pulling, making sure that you had to work for everything. It reminded me of like all those times you hear guys like Sid or Nash or Big Show talk about like how they're told by the old guys like Big John Studd and stuff. And, Andre, you have to make them work for everything. And I love the fact that Rhea and Raquel made each other work for everything. I'm really digging this version of Raquel, but I don't know. 3 3/4 empanadas, I guess. It just that.
I'm gonna go 2 empanadas, man, because I
wasn't with your empanadas here, bro.
And I anglicized it. I said empanadas instead of empanada.
Oh man,
I don't know. I just wasn't really feeling this match because I knew Rhea was gonna win. Obviously, it's I don't know. I think the goal of this was Golden Judgment Day. They want everybody to know that the Judgment Day are the most dominant faction now.
We already knew that.
Yeah, they've consistently been that, so but yeah, I wasn't really blown away with this match. I gotta be honest, man. I really, really wasn't, man.
The poopers.
I guess I just feel like it's different. It was a different match than we've typically seen.
You know what? To some extent, I'm gonna say too that I think that this suffered from being right after that tag title match. Mm-hmm. And that tag title match, I think, took a lot of the emotion out of the crowd. And I think, it could have been a main event, but, sometimes these things happen, man, as far as it goes. It's up to the talent afterwards to step it up and to continue to keep captivating the people's imaginations. Unfortunately, this match for me didn't really do it, but it accomplished the goal that they set out.
You captured
to keep
back.
The title on Rhea. And you with this back, you're going to start doing back poses later,
like
yo.
The stupidest entrance in the world. She got back. Look at me. Look at my back.
That's not even what she does. That's not even what she does. You're doing it like all wrong.
Back with the Big Show in the gym.
She flexes her back, her wings, bro.
There's no wings. What wings, bro?
There's fucking wings. She's got a big back. How does she not have a big back?
She definitely has. Yeah, you could tell.
Dude, give her some Red Bull, bro. Then she'll have some wings, man.
Dude, she's been hitting the lap pull down big time. You know what I'm saying? You can see it.
Dude, I'd rather look at Rhea's back than look at her back.
I actually think
I'm not against that. But yeah.
I actually think if you want to see a good Rhea and Raquel match, go back and watch their NXT match. I thought that's what we were getting tonight. I thought we were going to get that version, but I guess it doesn't work with the little heater, the little Dakota Kai heater. So
fair enough. Well, moving along, we come to our main event, which featured Seth freaking Rollins defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. Mach, I'm going to let you lead here for the main event.
Perfect.
Tell me what you thought.
Perfect. So I think this match is going to make a lot of people cry. I think a lot of people are going to be angry that this isn't what they expected. They expected like a spectacle. They expected it to be more than it was. They didn't expect it to be as slow paced as it was. Listen, Seth Rollins is selling a back injury. This is how you work when you sell this injury. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to struggle. He's supposed to like try everything and barely be able to hit Shinsuke Nakamura with anything.
How do you win with a back injury?
Because it's wrestling. It's wrestling.
Yeah, because it's a fucking work, bro.
Did Humberto jump on the show? What the fuck? So anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought this match was great. Definitely 4.5 stars or 4.5 empanadas. I gotta be honest with you though, like not the ending I was expecting. Really happy there wasn't a failed cash in. Definitely didn't want that, but for sure. I think this still makes Knock look strong. And I got to tell you, I loved the sell job for his stomp. Like he looked like he was out of it. And I love that. Just the sell of it. I felt like that just like raised the match for me a little bit. I enjoyed this. What'd you think?
I'm going to give it 4 empanadas. And for me, I thought they had a great back and forth. To your point, I love that Seth was selling the back. You know, he was every movement, like, you know, it was laboring, you know, it was hard for him to do what he had to do. I really like that Nak came out in the evil Nakamura gear, which for all you New Japan fans out there, you'll know what I mean. If you go back and you take a look at it, Nakamura had painted his face kind of similar to what Balor does with the Demon, but it was like an evil Nakamura gimmick. And the tights or the gear that he was wearing tonight was an homage to that. We had the great Muda at ringside, WWE Hall of Famer, all-time great, in my opinion, the greatest Japanese wrestler of all time, the great Muda was ringside. Shame we didn't get him.
No disagreement here.
But you know, it was cool that at least he was there. I would have liked to seen a little green mist, you know, maybe in Seth's eyes, you know, for Nakamura to win. To your point, I love the sell from the stomp too. I thought that was really, really cool. I dug the fact, and you know, it's no secret that Nakamura was an MMA fighter too in the past. That's kind of the way MMA fighters get when they're knocked out. You know, they stand around and they kind of act that way. We've seen it a million times in the UFC. I thought that was a nice little touch to it. But I gotta say, I think the crowd was still a little deflated after that tag match. Took everything out of them. A little bit of an anticlimactic ending to some extent. But nonetheless, I think they accomplished what they set out to do. Will we see them maybe possibly have a rematch on Monday? That remains to be seen, or somewhere down the line. We don't know.
Fastlane and Indy, we could see it keep going.
Let me ask you guys a question. You guys seen Seth Rollins live, right?
Oh yeah,
recently.
Mm-hmm.
Is the crowds always going? Are they doing that?
Here in Pennsylvania, yes.
They're doing that shit throughout the whole match, or is that just piped in?
It depends where it is. Like certain marked territories are going to do it, like Chicago, New York, Boston, PA.
Pittsburgh
Philly,
Pittsburgh was torn. They were doing knocks too.
Yeah. Nah, dude. Those two guys are super over.
Mm-hmm.
They're not piping in any noise for them. You know, that's as an organic a reaction as you're going to get. So
if I could point out one thing I noticed about this, I don't know how happy WWE is going to be with this unless they were hoping this is what it turned into. But did you notice that Dom didn't get the normal boos he gets?
Well, I think it's because of the way they bought him in. You know, if he would have had a proper entrance and he would have had a match, I think it would have been a different story. But I think to bring him in to run into a match, you know, it's a run-in spot. You know, it's really no different. I think what he did tonight was he complimented whatever it was that he was involved in. And I think that that's bigger than, let's say, him getting that pop. Obviously, you know, if he comes out on Monday, he's going to get a huge boo. But I think all the boos tonight were reserved for Tony Khan. So, you know, I think, you know, they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish with that main event. But Dom, he's on the right trajectory. We're going to see what happens with him soon. Obviously, he's going to be defending the North American title at some point on NXT. And man, I got to say, you know, because we're going to be closing out here pretty soon. NXT consistently has been a fantastic program, and it keeps getting better and better.
We didn't mention this. The NXT Women's Champion was there, and she confronted Becky Lynch.
Oh yeah, Tiffany Stratton was there.
Yeah, I like that.
Backstage. Yeah,
she's been poking the bear. She's been talking shit about Becky Lynch on NXT, talking about how she's never held the NXT Championship, and now Becky's going to be there on Tuesday night. So looks like one of the 4 horsewomen will go down there to mess with some of these NXT girls, and what a great rub for them.
Yeah, man. I think you know, I know Booker of the Year gets thrown around quite a lot, but for me, my Booker of the Year is Shawn Michaels, man. I gotta say, because what he's been able to do with NXT and being able to have access to main roster talent, he's really enhancing the program. Do not be surprised, people, if AEW gets beat by NXT in the ratings sometime soon, because it's probably going to happen, because with the way that they're trending and with what happened today, I don't think it's going to fare well for them. I don't think that their fan base, I think that what their TV rating is, I think it's going to start to shrink. And I think they're going to go back to the 500,000, 600,000 range. This is a big blow to them, man. I don't think people really realize, but NXT continues to get better and better. A lot of those guys that are there, you're going to be seeing on the main roster, including the girls too. Hats off to the Heartbreak Kid, man. He's doing a great job over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just give me some more Braun Breaker. What the fuck?
You think he found his smile down there?
I think he found it somewhere. It might have been in his pocket, though. Although I heard certain Canadians get triggered by that. So, you know, I guess we'll have to find out somewhere. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Much. You got anything you want to share with us before we end this special edition of
Lucky Plugs
Payback post-show here?
No, I mean, if you want to follow me, if you want to follow our show, Must Love Wrestling, we're here on YouTube. You can catch us. I stream every Monday night after Monday Night Raw, and I don't do Fridays because I work Friday nights, but yeah, I try to do as many shows as possible. Try to do like these 10-minute kind of spotlight shows every now and then where I focus on one topic. I've talked about Dominic Mysterio and his potential for the future. I've talked about Charlotte Flair possibly being the greatest ever. And that's pretty much what I do on here. And if you want to have an interaction with me, you could follow me, BORCUA.LOU. You could follow me on TikTok under that handle, and you can interact with me. And yeah, do that, because I just got my creator's license, so now all of my videos over 1 minute make money. So, yeah,
nice.
Go help me make some money so I could do this for a living.
Cha-ching.
Yeah,
definitely help Mach make some money, man. But great to have you on the show, man. Look forward to seeing all the content you produced. And Dee, is there anything you want to say? You got to plug some stuff, don't you?
Dude, the only thing I'm plugging, bro, is my mouth with some food.
Nice. What about the back? Are you going to plug the back?
Oh, yes. Look at my back.
That's not even the fucking pose, man. You're still doing the pose.
She does this.
That's okay, but she does that at some point. But she, she puts her hands.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
She does the, like that, and then she flexes the fucking wings, man.
Whatever, dude. She's fucking.
Bro,
she does.
I don't. She just needs to stop fucking smiling.
Bro,
like, just be ruthless.
Where's the it factor, bro? She ain't got it.
I'm with you on that much. She's got the it factor. She's got something there. She's just getting there. She's on her journey. All right.
She had the Adam shirt dead weight for a long time. Now she doesn't have that fat fuck bothering her and stuff.
Bro,
and she could just be like,
people gonna hate me, bro, but she's not even hot, dude.
Wow.
Well, I don't even know. Is she taller than you? Are you sure? Is that what it is?
No, she's not hot, dude. She don't do nothing, man.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, David. Okay.
Yeah, I think she's hot. I don't know. I think she's good.
No, man.
This show will be memorable for you mentioning the back and Steampunk Becky. Those are the two things that we will walk away from this show keeping in our heads. And cats.
Yeah. Hopefully one of your Punk predictions come true.
Oh man, Punk's back, bro. Punk's back with a vengeance, man. It's coming.
I had no idea you were this big a Punk, Mark. I had no clue.
I love Punk, bro. Throwing pipe bombs at everybody now. Like, look,
Lemmy's giving you a dirty look behind me.
Yeah, don't worry, Lemmy.
He's giving you a filthy look. He's about to sing the Triple H theme song. But folks, it's been great. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Look forward to bringing you another one soon. Tune in to Working the Marks. We're going to be back again this Wednesday. Check out Must Love Wrestling. Check out all of the great shows and all the great content here on Famcast Media. It's been a blast. Check out Payback if you haven't already. And don't hit me up on social media because I'm not going to respond. I'm bad at texting, even worse at replying. Thank you so much. For Macho Rodriguez, for Dee Rotten, I'm Patty Reekin. And wait, I got to do the fucking what's the catchphrase? Oh, there you go. He's Macho Rodriguez. He's Dee Rotten. I'm Patty Rican, and we are working the marks. Take it easy, people.
Famcast Media.